Hello guys, what is up? My name is Zero Solstice, and welcome to some Battlefield 4 gameplay in it is a pistol-only server, but the Shorty 12 gauge is allowed, and that is what I will be using today. And the reason for that is because I recently unlocked it, and after using it a bit in this server and getting shanked in the back by the first person I have ever met to also have the survival knife like I do, that's how we begin. I'm going to show you how this gun is fun as fuck. I've used it a little bit in regular core, and yeah, I know that I really shouldn't call it regular core. That's why it's called core. Like, you've got hardcore and then you've got core, and it's just kind of how it works, man. But I tend to just call it regular core for the really obvious and easy distinction. But anyway, this gun in pistol only servers that it's allowed in is hilarious. And the reason for that is simply because of the fact that it's kind of a shotgun, and when you peg people with it, it kind of makes them go to be quite simplistic in my explanation of why it's rather fantastic. Get knifed by my survival knife, son. Zebra blade. I am really happy that I ended up pulling that thing out of a pack. That was a very fun thing to pull. But anyway, I digress. So the thing with the Shorty 12 gauge that needs to be known, it is a 12 gauge shotgun. Hello. It is a 12 gauge shotgun with a 3-round or 3-shell capacity, and it works in a pump action style. So it's basically a short Remington 870, basically. And key things to note about it: when you empty the entire chamber, the first shell that you reload has almost a 2 times longer reload time to it, because of the fact that it's the first shell that loads into the chamber, so it has like an extra little bit of an animation. So what I recommend is, pardon me, if you ever get into the situation where you kill somebody with this thing, or you miss a shot and you have a quick second of running or getting to cover or anything, always reload it. Always. Not just for the animation aspect and saving you time and potentially saving your life based on being able to fire the weapon, but also simply for the fact that it still only has a 3-round capacity. So if you miss one of those, you're down to basically a double barrel shotgun, and that's not exactly preferable in a game like Battlefield, where you can easily run into a random room and find 3 people sitting by a window, and one of them has their back to you, and then the other knows exactly where you are. Get knifed! Survival. So, I recommend making sure this thing is fully loaded at all times. And honestly, I'm not sure if this server is hardcore or not, because when I was using the actual pistols, it felt like they were killing at normal length. I think it's just limited hood capacity. However, it could be a completely altered server. I mean, a completely hardcore server. But, stepping back about 5 seconds, right there you saw I emptied the chamber, and you could see how he, like, pulled open the barrel and stuck the first shell in, and it had that extra animation and just took longer. Yeah, you want to avoid that. You really want to avoid that. And that spawn was just delightful. Just delightful. So I just shoot him in the cock with some good old-fashioned buckshot, and we call it a day. And now I run through that exact spot of the hallway 3 times, and every single time I get shot at, and I honestly had no idea where it was from. But anyway, back to my original point. I'm honestly not sure if this is a hardcore server or not, but I'm gonna guess that it is. And with that said, this thing does a lot of work, because even for being a pistol shotgun, you can kind of feel the difference in a little bit of range, partially because of the fact that it is a short shotgun, literally, hence Shorty 12 gauge. However, it still shares, yep, see, there it is, 3rd time's charm. But you will notice that even as you use it and you shoot people with it, it still feels and kills and has the power of your average shotgun, like the Remington. Maybe a little bit weaker, maybe just a tad, because like I said, in core matches, it's not the strongest thing on the planet. Although on, say, a sniper kit, it is a great doorbuster. It really is. So, I would say don't underestimate this thing. Like, you can see these people walk up the stairs. I just kind of pump at them, and bam, they're already dead. Like, at the end of the hall, by the door, coming up the stairs. It's great. However, maneuverability-wise, a big thing to note about it is because of the fact that it is a pump-action shotgun, it is very awkward and kind of weird and difficult to use if you are, if you're, like, right on top of the guy. Because, like, if they're running into you, circling around you, doing whatever, that, like, the kind of crap that can tend to happen in, like, pistol matches, you'll find that it's rather difficult to work with. So, I would just say flashbang. I would just say be careful there, and this is just a moment of really poor luck and poor timing. So I was like, he's not coming. He's not coming. Well, let's go! And that's also a perfect example of what I was talking about. You run into a guy, and it's almost literally like they disappear. At which point, with a shotgun, you're not touching them. So I completely missed my shot there, and it just wasn't fun. So, 18 shells. Oh yeah, I remember. What's it called? ADS. You cannot ADS with this shotgun. So, I hope you're great from the hip in this game, because it's the only option you've got with this guy. I mean, it's understandable, and it makes sense, and it's probably partially for balance reasons, so that you can't have it as like a literal shotgun all the time. I mean, basically, it's a shotgun where all the other shotguns can outclass it, for obvious reasons. However, it's a shotgun you can have all the time, period, along with a different weapon. And that's really, really nice. So, I would give the sidearm a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10. And the reason for that is simply because, as I said, in regular core matches, it's very difficult to make full, strong use of the item. And that's because of the fact that it's pump action, its range feels a tad shorter than your actual, like, regular shotguns. And because of that, it just doesn't get the job done in most situations. However, if you are playing the sniper game, thank God for the third shot. But if you are playing the sniper game, it is still a very good sidearm because you have the long and the medium range weapon, and then you've got the really close range doorbuster that just gets the job done. And right here, I was just like, screw it. I wanted to shank him, but it wasn't going to happen. So, it's good. It's not fantastic. It's not great, but it's good. And it's a lot of fun to use as well. For the fact that it's a tiny shotgun and it's just like, rawr! So, I think back's a punch. I haven't extensively used it enough to know if there are any attachments that make it better or more accurate. I know there's a couple of attachments that you get right off the start that elongate the circle, kind of like the duckbill, and they're supposed to increase accuracy and whatnot, but I have not actually used them. I don't remember why. There was something in the type line for the attachments that made me just not want to use it. And I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been a penalty to accuracy, because it gave you an increase on stability and like spread, or decrease on spread and an increase on stability. And I think the trade-off was that it lowered the range on it a bit, or the accuracy or something like that. I don't really remember. There was something about it. So I haven't extensively used the weapon yet, but so far it's a lot of fun to use. This is a good example of a map where it works very well, because there's so many close-end corners and turns and twists and all that fun jazz. Like right here is a perfect example. The staircase is so easy to hold down with a weapon like this, because they come out of the door, they're within range. They come around the hallway, they're within range. And they come up the stairs, they're within range. And all the while, you can use the centerpiece of the stairs as cover, and it's very nice. Anyway, this game's about to come to a close. We sadly lost, but it was still a fun game to show off the Remington with. And with that said, that is the end of one of my first actual Battlefield 4 videos. I plan to have many more up. I've been needing to talk myself into recording while playing because I've been playing a lot. But I actually find myself live streaming. So I would actually say that if you are interested in seeing this guy play this game a pretty fair amount, you should go and check out my Twitch. It's the same handle as my YouTube name. It's Zero Solstice. And with that said, I want all of you wonderful viewers of mine to have a fabulous Thanksgiving. My name is Zero Solstice, and have a wonderful day.